Hello, I'm Mark, and today in this video, due to current events, I have the Storm Shadow missiles for you. Britain is supplying, or already has, as Defense Secretary Ben Wallace has suggested, delivered the long-range Storm Shadow missiles to Ukraine. The United States and other countries have so far refused to supply missiles that can reach distant targets. The missiles from Great Britain can fly 250 to 300 kilometers and penetrate bunkers with their warheads. That was said by German media, but we'll come to the range later. And this has enormous potential to change the Ukraine war. According to media, if Russian territory was taboo, the occupied areas, including Crimea, would be the main targets and could be used there against fuel and ammunition depots, airports, command centers, and naval bases. The Crimean Bridge could also be a target due to the high impact of the Storm Shadow missiles. With those Storm Shadow missiles, Ukraine could succeed in interrupting important supply routes. A similar approach near Kherson brought supplies from Russia to a standstill there. In addition, the cruise missiles are available in large numbers in Great Britain at the moment. And this gives Ukraine the ability to make Crimea untenable for Russian forces. The commander of the Black Sea Fleet now faces the possibility of destroying ships and naval facilities in Sevastopol, or have to move ships to Novorossiysk, a port less suited to support the fleet. And as British media wrote, the delivery was supported by the United States. Until then, as I said, the United States had refused to supply such missiles in order to prevent further escalation. Ben Wallace called the arms shipments a measured and proportionate response to Russian hostilities, particularly the continued attacks on civilians. And according to British media, Ukraine has officially pledged not to attack any targets inside Russia, but the leaked US military documents contained indications that Ukrainian President Zelensky regretted this and wanted to use weapons to reach troop concentrations inside Russia. Although here in Germany on the weekend he said the same he said earlier. The Storm Shadow missile is a long-range air-launched cruise missile developed by the United Kingdom. And of course, I have some more details about the British Storm Shadow missile itself. You're used to that by my videos. And I'm starting with a purpose. The Storm Shadow missile is primarily used for precision strikes against high-value targets, such as enemy command and control centers, air defense systems, bridges, and other critical infrastructure. The manufacturer, I already said the missile is manufactured by a British manufacturer, it's MBDA, that's a European defense company specializing in missile systems. The range and speed, well, the Storm Shadow has a range of over 400 kilometers and can reach speeds of approximately Mach 0.8, that's around 993 kilometers per hour. Its extended range allows it to be launched from outside the range of most enemy air defenses, and it's longer than the German media here reported. Then we have stealth and accuracy. The missile is designed with stealth capabilities, making it difficult for enemy radars to detect. It uses a low altitude terrain following flight profile to avoid detection and interception. It also incorporates advanced guidance systems and target recognition technologies to ensure high accuracy. And then we have the warhead. The Storm Shadow is equipped with a 450 kilogram blast fragmentation warhead designed to neutralize targets effectively. But let's talk about the operational history. The Storm Shadow missile has been in service with the Royal Air Force since the late 1990s. It was used in combat during various military operations, including the 2003 invasion of Iraq and subsequent conflicts in Libya and Syria. The missile has demonstrated its effectiveness in hitting targets with precision and minimizing collateral damage. But then I have the dimensions for you. The Storm Shadow missile has a length of approximately 5 meters 10, a wingspan of about 2 meters, and its diameter is around 48 centimeters. Then let's talk about the guidance system. The missile employs an inertial navigation system, an INS, combined with a global positioning system, a GPS, for mid-course navigation and guidance. In the terminal phase, it utilizes an imaging infrared seeker to precisely locate and engage the target. And I already mentioned the stealth features. The Storm Shadow incorporates several stealth features to minimize its radar cross-section and enhance its survivability. These include radar-absorbent materials, a low observable airframe design, and the use of radar-absorbent paints. And there is a range extension, because in 2019 the UK and MBDA announced the integration of a range extension kit for the Storm Shadow missile. This kit, called Selectively Extendable Range, adds a turbojet engine booster to the missile, extending its range beyond the original 250 miles. The equipped missile is capable of reaching targets at a range of about 900 kilometers. So it's the question, what are they delivering now? And we have communications. The Storm Shadow missile features a two-way data link that allows real-time communication between the launching aircraft and the missile. This enables target updates and retargeting in flight, enhancing mission flexibility. And then we have the penetration capabilities. The missile is designed to have significant penetration capabilities, allowing it to engage hardened and deeply buried targets. It can penetrate reinforced structures and then detonate its warhead internally, maximizing the destructive effect. And there are warhead options. In addition to the 450 kilogram blast fragmentation warhead, the Storm Shadow missile can also be configured with alternative warheads, such as bunker busting, anti-runway or anti-ship warheads, depending on the mission requirements it's meant for. And then we have the launch platform. The Storm Shadow missile can be launched from a variety of aircraft, including the Tornado GR4, which has been the primary launch platform. It is also compatible with the Eurofighter Typhoon and is planned to be integrated with the F-39 Lightning II in the future as well. And so this missile will be a very big help for the Ukrainians there. With regard to what Zelensky promised, what the Americans always insisted on, is now the question, do they get the missile with the extension kit or not? That is something I haven't heard about in my research. So I would think they would get the standard one and not the extended one, because nobody wants to have an all-out war in Russia. And Zelensky, as I said, on this weekend, when he received a prize for Ukraine and was talking to the German Chancellor and the French President, he said once again he doesn't want to fight a war in Russia. He wants to fight in his own country to get his own territory back. And so I hope that is exactly what it is. I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.